In this video, we're going to be talking about safe spots and gate tacticals, both of which are very important if you want to get kills and survive. So, I mean, even if you're in high sec, this has some importance, but more so in low sec and especially in null sec, you have to understand how to use safe spots and gate tacticals to survive. So, I'm in a system now where I don't have many bookmarks already. It's just a nearby system to use for an example. Got rats shooting at me, but no worries. I want to set up a safe spot first to show you how that works. So to set up a safe spot, what I need to do is I need to find something to warp to that's a long way away. I can just look at everything one by one, or if you have an everything overview setting that shows everything, you can just scroll down to the bottom. Looks like this gate's the furthest thing away, so that's all good. Let's warp to that gate. While I'm in warp to that gate, I want to pull up the people and places, and then I want to add a location here. You go to the Places tab and then add location and type safe. Now, wherever you click submit, that's where your safe will be. So watch your distance to the thing. Do it about halfway across. You know, in a blank area of space is really the best. If you can get it more than 14.4 AU from anything else, then that's the ideal safe spot, because they can't find you unless they use probes. And even if they do, even if they do find you on their directionals, they still have to use probes to find you. But it's nice to kind of disappear in a safe spot that's completely out of directional scan, no matter where they go in system. So there's our safe spot, and we can warp to it. Well, let's do it a different way. Go back to here and safe. You got it right there under personal locations. Just ignore the, there's already a corporate tactical here. But safe, I just warped to, it's taking me to it. And you can see I hit it a little bit late. It's not quite as far towards the middle as I would want it to be usually, but that's because I was talking. So there it is, it's 3.2 AU from that gate and 66.5 AU from that gate. This is a good potential spot to scan the outbound gate from. You know, instead of maybe warping to a belt or a planet near that gate, I could warp to this spot and then scan the gate. So let's go make a gate tactical. So let's say I was coming through a system, there was somebody in local, and I didn't want to warp directly to the gate. Most gates have stuff around them you can warp to first and then scan the gate, look for bubbles. A lot of systems don't. Those are the best systems to bubble, because there's really no option but to warp gate to gate. In those situations, if you don't have a tactical, which I'm about to show you how to make, your best bet is to find something off to the side, go to that first, then come back in at an angle to the gate, because the way bubbles work, or most bubbles, is that they will catch you from an angle. So if you're not coming from a gate or a station, you're not going to get caught by bubbles in most cases, unless it's a bubble directly on the gate from a Hictor or a Dictor, a heavy interdictor or an interdictor. So now we're on the gate at 0. We want to set up a tactical for this gate. Now what a tactical is, it's a spot that's far enough away from the gate that it can warp down to the gate, or be warped up to from the gate. So the warp distance is 150K, 150 kilometers. So we want to be more than 150 kilometers away from this gate. That means if you're going to set this up, you need to do it with a ship that's pretty fast. I recommend setting up your tacticals with interceptors. You can also do it with other ships that are fast, but if you have the choice, interceptors are the fastest, so take that. You don't ever really want to go straight up, but I like to go up and kind of at an angle. Micro-warp drive on, and now you just kind of wait. It's going to take me a while. This Tyrannus, it's a combat Tyrannus. It's really not very fast, so it's going to take me a minute to get to that range. So while that's going, I'm going to pull up the people and places again. Add location. And usually what I do is just above then the gate that I'm going to be putting it on. So above Y. See, I already got one from another gate going in. Above YW. So then I'm just watching range, 162. I really like to put mine at least 250K to be safe, but anything above 150 is good. Really, you want to try to keep it 200K or more. So we'll just say this is good enough at around 220, 230, and we'll hit submit. So now if I was to be coming across system, instead of going to, say, the planet right here and then scanning the gate and trying to figure out what's going on based on the scan, see we have a new person to local, I could come to this tactical, look down at the gate, see exactly where the bubbles were, what the fleet was doing, if the fleet was on the gate ready to jump across and maybe bubble me on the other side. I could get much better detailed information about what's going on in this gate by warping to a tactical first, which is why it's so critical in nullsec to have tacticals set up, even in low sec and pretty much in high sec too, I guess, to have your tacticals set up really heavily around the area that you spend most of your time, because it's going to give you advantages not only in survival but in PvP and getting kills as well.